Everybody, and welcome back to sportsbookreview.com. I am Natalie Rydstrom, and we have Big Man on campus and Alex from Need for Tips here to discuss a very, very important question here. Can Real Madrid three-peat, or will Juventus pip them to the post and steal the trophy back from them? Welcoming Big Man and Alex. Thanks for being here, guys.
Hi, Natalie.
Thanks for having me, Natalie. Always enjoy talking to you guys.
Yeah, I love talking to you guys too. And listen, it's barely in the bag, but we have to talk early futures. And also, obviously, this is a discussion right now, maybe even a discussion on sort of trading options and things like that. The transfers have not been complete. So if you really do want to take this one seriously, wait till the transfers go. Certainly wait until a little bit later. But, I want to find out whether Real Madrid, or whether you guys think that Real Madrid can three-peat. This might be a bit more sensitive for you, Big Man. Do you think they can three-peat, or is it Juventus's year next year?
Look, Natalie, I think they can repeat. I mean, you're getting great odds on them to repeat at 5-1. I mean, that's still very good as far as even before the transfer stuff. I mean, I've heard a lot of stuff about Kylian Mbappe. Can they get him? Can they sign him? Is he, kind of ready for that kind of, position? But look, I mean, you look at that team coming back; they're so stacked. But now I got to tell you, I'm into Barcelona a little bit more this year. Yeah, obviously, you look at what they did last year, kind of an early exit. They didn't play particularly well against Juventus. Had some trouble with injuries and things like that. I'm looking more at Barcelona as well. I'm looking at both those teams. But as far as can Barca get, can they sign a Verratti from obviously the Italian? Can they get him from PSG? Hector Bellerin possibly. So there are options. It's so hard, Natalie, now to do this just because of the transfer stuff and what's going to happen there. But yeah, I mean, look, the two favorites are clearly going to be Barcelona or Real Madrid. We'll get to some of the other teams, but right now I'm looking at those two teams.
Interesting. They are the bookies' favourites, and if you compare the odds, Barcelona just a slight edge there in favourites. What about you, Alex? Are you with the bookies here? Is there an outsider that we should consider?
There are a lot of important teams playing in Champions League, and if Real Madrid was the first team in the history to win back-to-back Champions League trophies, if they can make it third time, I don't think it's possible. Let me not agree with Real Madrid winning a third time in a row. But we should look again at the Spanish teams. Barcelona will be eager to revenge also losing La Liga last year, also Champions League, and a lot of other stuff. So I think that they will come strong. But we have also the English teams that England Premier League is giving 5 teams in this year's Champions League. Liverpool playing in the qualifiers, and after that we have City, Chelsea, United, and Tottenham. So I think that one of them should go far. I'm not saying that one of them they will win the title, because you can bet also from now non-English teams will win any European trophy. But it's important to have them in Champions League next year.
Yeah, I don't know. To think that an English team at this point can win the Champions League, I'm not even thinking about that. I'm very doubtful. Do you think Juventus, obviously they were so close this time around, they were again a dark horse. I think they started off, they were about sort of 12 or 15. That's when Stuart took them right at the beginning, and then he traded out. Are they a team again to do the same? Can they make a deep run? Right now, Juventus, again, very similar price here. You've got 10 with Bet365, 12 with Paddy Power. Is this the are they again the dark horse of the competition, Alex?
Yeah, they should be the dark horse of the competition. They should revitalize their team, because a lot of players are over 33 plus over years. I think that they should do some really good transfers if they want to keep it this way. They have a really good coach, Allegri. I think that again, Juventus are the team to watch, but I think that a lot of, also Bayern Munich are the team to watch, because it's been a long time since they won Champions League. I think it will be really, really interesting. I'm weird to see the end of the transfer season, the end of the transfer window, and also the draws of the group stage in Champions League. As we all know, Champions League is starting a little bit earlier because a lot of Eastern European teams and teams classified in second or runner-ups or third spot in some leagues are playing playoffs to qualify in the group stages. Not all of them are directly qualified in the group stages. So it will be interesting. We will start August in force. I believe that with great results.
Yeah. What about, obviously, Monaco made surprises. They made a deep run. They seem to be keeping some of their big players heading in. We was all talking about Monaco will be this different team next year. So far, are Monaco looking like a different team, Alex?
No, I don't think that Monaco will arrive that far. I think that they will lose a lot of important players during the summer transfer window. They should get some fresh legs also, but I don't think that they will make it even quarterfinals. I don't think that Monaco will do next year.
Okay, now a new team that we are seeing into the competition is RB Leipzig. They made waves coming into the Bundesliga there. Big man, do you see them making a deep run? Their price right now, and maybe it's sort of reflecting that they are newcomers, 51, pretty incredible, 51. Should we take them? Could that be a cash out option?
No. Listen, Alex made it a good point earlier. I mean, in this competition, obviously there's so many teams. Obviously, some of those big odds you definitely want to look at, just with a possible Leicester City type of run, something like that, or even something along those lines. But RB Leipzig, are they ready to compete at a level like this? They're kind of maybe are similar to like an English team. I don't know if you could lump them in. Even the English teams are better, but we have to remember. I mean, can a team like Manchester, are they a good team, top 10 in the world? Probably, but can they compete with the number one, number two, number three? I don't think so. RB Leipzig obviously making some waves, signing a player from Galatasaray. They're making some moves, but look, I don't even think they're a top 3 team in Germany, let alone top 10 in the world. They're making some splashes. They'll get some favorable players. They'll be there. But as far as with me, I'm not looking at them. If I can discuss quickly Juventus, Natalie, who obviously, Alex made a good point. They are getting older. Barzali's 36 years old. Buffon's obviously, at his, at the end of his career as well. But they have obviously a good replacement in Neto. They're looking at Douglas Costa. They're looking at De Celio from AC Milan. So there's obviously they're going to reload. We saw this year with Juventus. Not only were they a suffocating defensive team, but they could really score goals. I mean, with Dani Alves and Higuain and Dybala obviously growing up a little bit. So, look, the odds aren't as good as they were last year with Juventus. I know Stuart got 15-1 and I got 10-1, but at 9-1, so I think they're the third best team in the world probably, other than Barca and Real Madrid. Alex, what do you think about the best teams in the world?
Best teams in the world, from my point of view, Real Madrid, Barcelona, and after the rest. I think that after that, Bayern Munich, and after that, we can talk also about Premier League teams. I consider that Premier League right now is at the level of the Champions League, but not in terms of quality of players and great teams, but in terms of fans, in terms of TV media. You know that a lot of times I see Premier League. More discussions on Premier League than on Champions League, which should be the other way around. So I think that Premier League on its own is a Champions League, but like top quality teams, as you said, Real Madrid, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and after that some English teams.
Yeah. Okay. Anything that we should bet on right now, or like we said, there was a commenter here. I think it was Badran saying, "Why are we talking about this?" I think it's just opening up sort of the conversation. Really, are there any sort of dark horses that are entering? But really, the best thing is to wait. I think until all the transfers. When would you advise people to actually really take? Is it around the August time?
I think if you stay up on transfer stuff and you're really kind of dialed in on that stuff, you can really kind of get ahead of some of the numbers. Obviously, look, with whatever Real Madrid, here's how I look at it. Whatever Real Madrid does is only going to make them a better team. They're not going to get worse. So I think if you like these teams now, look, it's rare you're going to get Real Madrid. It's likely they'll be in the Final Four. I mean, you're going to get 5-1 on that bet. I mean, that's a bet I would make now sooner than later. Obviously, with it being so early, you're going to get the best possible value on a Real Madrid, on a Barcelona. When some of these transfers kind of go through, those odds are going to go down significantly because we all know they are probably the best team in the world. So for me, if I'm going to bet Real Madrid, I'm going to do it now. As far as like some of the teams that I think, Alex has mentioned some of the English teams. Listen, I'm going to give a couple long shots that I'll look to bet. I think we've started to see that Harry Kane is an elite player in the world. Dele Alli, obviously, we saw what Tottenham kind of did last year. They have a great coach. I think they're going to compete in the APL. We talked about that on that preview. At 25-1, I mean, you never know. They can make a run similar to the way Monaco did. We all know they can score goals. They are a team that is pretty good defensively as well, and they have a star. Tottenham at 25-1. Not terrible. And Natalie, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention my friends from Celtic. 500-1. I'll throw a $25 bet on that and have some fun. Maybe I'll get some little Irish luck, Scottish luck on my side. Why not? A little 4-leaf clover. 500-1. I'll take a shot. But yeah, Tottenham at 25-1 looks decent. I mean, obviously, like some of the things I mentioned with some of the stars they have. I like Tottenham, especially going into the year in EPL.
The problem with the English teams is that they are competing at a high level in Premier League, and they are fighting for the Premier League title. So they should have a really good bench to perform at the highest level in both competitions, because it's really important to have a really good bench if you want to stay in both competitions till the end. If you want to play only in Premier League and just have a good going there, okay, you can afford to not to have a really good bench. But Champions League, after all, if you want to go head to head with the best teams from Europe, you need to have players. And the clever bet that I'm taking right now, the nationality of the winning team. I think Spain right now is at plus 150 with bet 365. I think that is the best opportunity. Real Madrid or Barcelona to win the title, plus 150.
Yeah, I agree with you as well. I think it's a great price there. 2.5 there on Decimal. Anybody got anything to add here before we close up?
Yeah, I mean, I'll just say, I think, when you're looking at a competition of this, with this many teams, I look at it similar to the way I look at the March Madness tournament in the States. Obviously, you have 68 teams. You're looking at a team and saying, can they get to the Sweet 16? Can they get to the Elite Eight? Can they be there at the end for me to get out and get some value? I think Real Madrid, if you pick your poison there, whatever one you want, one of those teams is going to go deep in this competition. It's hard for me to not get involved at 5-1 because once the transfer markets go down, that's going to get down to 2.5-1, 2-1, and even lower. So I'll take a shot now with, maybe even taking both those teams. You're going to have an option of them being there late. Last question I have for Alex, if I could play a host for a moment. Alex, where do you see Lukaku? Chelsea's imminent. No?
Not really. Okay, we have a lot of transfer news. Also, Diego Costa to AC Milan. Also, Belotti to Milan. By the way, AC Milan is doing a revolution in their team, and they might be a team to watch next year in Serie A. But exactly as you said, big man, I think that the transfer period is really, really important for us to comment more about one team having more or less chances in Champions League and also on their domestic league. So I think that our best picks will be exactly when Champions League will start and when their season will start, because we all know we will know all their team, we will know their players, we will know what they are interested in. So plus we will have more markets to bet on, because right now we have only the winner and the nationality of the winning team. But that time we will have who will go in the final, who will qualify in the semi-final, and so on. So I think that you guys should keep close and watch us more for Champions League before the season starts.
Perfect stuff. Go on, big man.
Real quick, Alex, you would agree though that this would be the opportune time to bet Real Madrid. I mean, you're not gonna get a better number down the road. I mean, you have to bet it now if you want it. At 5-1, I mean, you're never getting those odds on Real Madrid ever.
Yeah, I think that. I think that their odds might increase till the start of the season,
Wow.
because I'm expecting Bayern Munich to make some really good transfers, and I'm expecting also Manchester City to make some good transfers. So I think that their odds might increase till the start of the season.
Wow. Interesting.
All right,
That's
guys.
amazing. I thought they'd go down, but we'll see. I'm going to do it now. I'll go 5-1 now.
Go 5-1 now. Listen, guys, going to wrap things up here. Let me get ready for our Confederation Cup preview as well. It's the first round, so stay tuned. We will be back in 10 minutes time. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in a bit.